Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to take a look at Solomon's stage in the Heroes Challenge. Basically, the Heroes Challenge is a nice little special event. It is limited time, and basically you take on 5 special stages, each featuring a gacha monster as the boss. I'm not going to get it as a drop, so don't get excited. But Solomon, Noah, Pandora, Arthur, and Lucy are all bosses in the stage, and they each have their own stage of Chokyu Kyoku difficulty, that is Insidious. So Insidious has a very broad range in terms of difficulty. I feel like the difficulty does go from top to bottom, hardest to easiest. So we're going to start off with the hardest, which is Solomon. And Solomon gives you a Abelberry scroll on completing her stage. If you complete all 5, you'll get 5 orbs, by the way. It's not that crazy of a reward, but sure, it's nice. The gimmick for this stage is 1, you need to touch a friendly unit for an attack up, and this is basically mandatory. You're not going to do any damage unless you hit a friendly unit first, so always keep that in mind as you clear this stage. In addition, null wind and null gravity barrier is going to be very important, because if you don't bring null wind, this is going to happen to you. Yikes. Brakilua wrongly did not put him in the first slot, so you could try to get away from those wind blasts. But as you can see, he got hit and this way got put into that laser wall on the side and basically ate 72,000 damage. It hurts, so do take care of that. Also, if you get unlucky and end up on the right wall, you'll eat that damage as well. But no wind, very important. And again, like I said, if you're going to bring a non-null wind character, make sure that person's in the first slot so that you can move them around so that they don't get affected by those wind machines on the bottom. Alright, let's get to the real stuff. The party I've got here is Monju, we got Simon and Kamina, and 2 Kamaels in their Evo form. And the other gimmick you have to worry about is the angels. Each of the angels has a skull on top of them, and those skulls do different things. The light angel increases the weak point effectiveness, and the dark angel decreases its effectiveness. And basically, you're only going to do damage if you hit the weak point, so you're going to want to make sure that it is a nice dark red color and not that pale looking blue color. In addition, you know that the Dark Angel has an attack to it. That attack is also the same thing as his skull effect, in that it will reduce the weak point effectiveness. So you have to take him out eventually, so the strategy is dark then light, because it goes down then up. You'll be left with up, which is great. The other great thing about Kamael here is that attack up field, it definitely comes in handy. So that is useful, and Monju's Sokojikara, the inner strength, where you get more damage when you're under 50%, is pretty darn helpful as well. The other gimmick on this stage is those soldier dudes on the sides. Keep in mind about their attack strength. Their laser does about 7k damage, and if you get unlucky, you know, they get lined up, you'll take more than that, right? It is 7k per hit. But the more important thing is its blast on the right side. That blast does about 50k to your team. Now here's the important thing. If you have enough HP, you can ignore that blast, right? If you see the opportunity to do damage instead, and you're not going to die, consider taking it, like you saw there. Kamael with the other Kamael down there, I'm guaranteed the attack field up. And since the weak point effectiveness was increased, I took advantage of it. In this case here, you saw that even though the weak point effectiveness wasn't there, you know, I knew Kamael has the weak point slayer, could kind of forgo it. So make sure you know your team and know when you can take advantage of that. Battle 3, do note that the bottom 2 on the left and the top 2 on the right have a slightly faster blast count. So you do probably want to take them out first. You can survive 1 if it happens at a certain time, but surviving 2 is pretty much impossible unless you get lucky with some shields or hearts. And your team has enough HP, I guess. So make sure you just pay attention on this stage for those countdowns. And again, keep in mind that the main gimmick is, of course, going from the Dark Angel to the Light Angel to make sure that you end with the weak point effectiveness up. And since those weak points are in the internal position of those soldier dudes, you are going to need a Pierce team essentially, which is a bummer because Pierce, Wind, and Gravity Barrier is a pretty darn... it's definitely on the rare side, so... well, you can... I don't know. I was probably hoping that I could have enough speed to... I don't know, but that soldier on the right exploded. Again, since I had more than enough HP, I was fine. And again, thankfully I got the heart here. Well, I mean, I would have gotten on the next turn, but in this situation where you have the weak point down, there's no way you're gonna take down that soldier, so he is gonna explode. But luckily, I have enough HP to survive. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about this video. And probably that comment over there from my friend has the Kigahedi to reduce the damage that you get, because you saw it only got 9,000 versus the 12,000. So, that certainly helped to survive. And now that there's only one left, hey, it's not that bad. But, this video is just here to prove that you don't have to be perfect. As long as you can survive, you're a-okay. So, just go with it. See if you can survive from your mistakes. I certainly have 2 of them in a row. And you can make it. Alright, for the boss stage, just don't forget that there's a set of blocks in the middle. I kind of forget about that in quite a few attempts, so the blocks are going to get in your way. If you can take out that soldier dude ASAP, that's certainly helpful. Unfortunately, I don't think I hit a unit first before I hit the soldier, so I wasn't able to take him out. Was able to damage him again because of that weak point slayer, but definitely not an ideal move there. But as long as you constantly keep, the thought. I mean, I've said it many times already, but just don't forget that you need to hit a friendly unit first. If you don't do it, you're not going to do any damage. And it's just really the key in this stage. I feel like just not forgetting that will help you succeed. And after that, it's just a matter of, is there a path for you to make sure that the weak point effectiveness is proper. Certainly there are situations where you're just in an impossible position to hit a friendly unit and make sure the Dark Angel helps. This is a nice opportunity with the blocks for sure. But also keep in mind that the weak point attack down from the Dark Angel is usually 2 turns. So if you can find a way just to hit a Light Angel, that is an opportunity to do damage the next turn. Like for here, I don't think I made the right move because I was trying to figure out what the heck I can do to hit the darks and then the light afterwards. And I guess I tried to go diagonal here, which just not enough speed because you hit 4 monsters. That speed reduction is really hard. But I could have just gone up on top and hit both of those lights, killed them both, and then Simon and Kamina here would have the opportunity to do damage on the weak point. Again, another wasted turn. Yeah, that was really bad. But the good news here is that Solomon will move up, and maybe I will finally... There we go. I'll finally realize that attacking those top ones in a line, unless you come at a really weird angle, you should be able to get all 3. Ending with a light at the last move, so you should be able to do damage. And here's a great situation where I'm able to, maybe I wasn't in the attack field, but Kamail with the attack field, you get extra bonus there, you have the weak point damage, good stuff. I think I missed actually, but as you can see, even without that, it did a lot of damage. And here, I was kind of worried about that soldier at the bottom, but not only did I miss, you know, to be honest, have enough HP, so it is survivable. Not the best move though, right? I definitely didn't use Communist Strike Shot here, but yikes. See, don't do that. All I did was take out the Dark Angel. No. Again, you know, that top row is a really good opportunity to do damage and, or, you know, to just kill so that it has a weak point effectiveness up. And I guess, I mean, I guarantee that I don't know if I needed to use that strike shot, but that's fine. It guarantees that Kamael gets the opportunity to do some damage, and I guess just knowing how powerful she is, I'm pretty lucky that that was enough. That's not a good set of moves, to be honest. Ooh. But like I said, you don't have to be perfect, just successful. Last stage, the angels are big again, so you do have to make sure you kill them in the weak point. You know, make sure you go through them in the middle. Just touching them isn't good enough anymore. But thankfully, Simon and Kamina's strike shot is ready to go. Make sure you hit Solomon first, and always make sure you end up with the weak point up. Luckily, that was the case. And the strike shot. Get that awesome extra effect where it shows it exploding. And yeah, it was not a clean run, but you know what? That's the point, right? I mean, that's also why I don't like posting clear videos, but they're not clean, they're not perfect, but you know what? They were successful, and that's all that matters. And as long as you get the idea of what this stage needs to clear, isn't that all that's really important? So, you know, make sure you keep in mind, you know, these topics as you play the stage. Touch a friendly unit first to make sure you can do damage. Null Wind, Null Gravity Berry is of course important in making your team. If you're gonna do a non-Null Wind character, make sure it goes first. And Light Angel, weak point up. Dark Angel, weak point down. So you go dark to light. And don't forget about those soldier dudes. The attack blast is about 50k. If you can survive it, ignore it. And you should be fine. Tomorrow we'll look at whatever the next one is down the list. We'll just go in order. Hopefully it helped. If you have any questions, I can answer them for you. You have about a week left, I think, before it goes away. I don't know if it goes away forever, so but it did say it was a limited time event, so just don't bank on it coming back. But again, the rewards aren't too crazy, so if you find yourself struggling, especially for this stage, since the pool of possible monsters is pretty darn small, I wouldn't fret too much. Okay, that's it for me today. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye bye.